Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity reports, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. Now another week and another highly anticipated money making opportunity. That is one of the most lucrative trends of the current financial climate that we find ourselves in right now. In today's highly macro driven markets, they are fueling one of the greatest wealth creation opportunities that we have seen. Now, throughout our reports, we have routinely highlighted that the commodity markets, they will move in very predictable trends that will present savvy traders with a series of highly lucrative money-making opportunities to capitalize on the huge macro-driven rallies as well as the pullbacks. Once again, everything that we identified with you last week, that played out as expected, but make no mistake, it's not a buy and hold market. In these exciting and fast moving markets, they are creating the most optimized environment for traders, or as some of the world's most powerful Wall Street banks, from Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan to Bank of America, are calling it the golden age of trading. So far in 2024, we have seen commodity markets that have been notching up explosive double-digit gains to the upside and the downside in a single week, sometimes in a single day. The week-to-week short-term macro-driven trend that we're seeing right now, that can be summarized as buy low, sell high, rinse, repeat, and do that all over again. Now, the great news is this trend is here to stay and set to continue throughout the rest of 2024. On the topic of macro themes, the rising odds that the Federal Reserve they could enact an emergency rate cut before the September meeting, that has positioned itself as one of the biggest and most closely watched macro trading opportunities of the month, if not the year. The sudden shift in narrative comes after the Federal Reserve's July monetary policy meeting, combined with much weaker than expected US employment figures, which have heightened bets that the Federal Reserve they could cut rates sooner and deeper than previously anticipated. On July the 31st, the Federal Reserve they announced their decision to keep interest rates on hold at a 23-year high for the 8th consecutive meeting in a row. In fact, the July non-farm payrolls report that showed that US employers they substantially scaled back hiring, and the unemployment rate rose for a fourth consecutive month, coming in at 4.3%, the highest since October of 2021, which triggered the Sahum rule, an historically accurate recession indicator. The Fed's rate decision and July's job report that unleashed a massive market meltdown that saw more than $3 trillion wiped off the global equity markets in less than 24 hours, as traders they ditched their riskier assets in favor for recession-proof ones. The global stock market sell-off that continued into the middle of last week, with major indices in Europe and the US sharply down, whilst key Asian indices, including the Japan Nikkei, they suffered their biggest one-day fall since Black Monday crash in 1987. There's no denying that the Federal Reserve, under Chair Jerome Powell, they will never live down their misguided insistence that this is transitory inflation and its delayed decision to raise interest rates. Fast forward 2 years on, we have mounting evidence that shows that traders are once again, they are convinced the Federal Reserve is making another major policy error by waiting too long to start cutting rates. It's a well-documented fact that the Federal Reserve, they have never been right on monetary policy, and they have a proven track record of getting it wrong time and time again, just like we're seeing right now. The reality is that we're now in an environment where there can only be three possible outcomes from here: bigger and deeper interest rate cuts from the Fed, a recession, or another financial crisis. Each and every one of these scenarios, it presents savvy traders with a bullish backdrop for the world's favorite safe haven metal, and that is gold. The big question now is, how high will gold prices go in August? Only time will tell. However, one thing we do know for certain is the stars are aligning here for gold, which ultimately suggests it won't take much for prices to break back to new all-time record highs. Looking ahead, the week is all about one thing and one thing only. It's about macroeconomics, with traders' attention firmly focused on two hotly anticipated US inflation reports, which could provide clues on whether the Fed could deliver more aggressive interest rate cuts than previously projected. According to our proprietary data, US consumer price inflation figures, they are due for release on Wednesday. They are expected to show consumer prices, they rose at an annual rate of 3% in July, unchanged from the previous month. But core inflation, which has stayed stubbornly elevated even as the Federal Reserve has kept their interest rates at 23-year highs, is expected to fall slightly to 3.2% from 3.3% in June. Meanwhile, producer price inflation figures, they are due a day before the CPI data, and they will be scrutinized for categories that feed through the Fed's preferred measure of inflation, the Personal Consumption Expenditure Price Index. Ultimately, we're at an inflection point where there's been bad economic news, which is now perceived as good news, since it may force the Fed to begin cutting interest rates. On the flip side, any unexpected upside surprise to inflation, that will likely spook global financial markets, which evidently have become highly sensitive to economic data. Extraordinary times, they of course create extraordinary opportunities, and right now these markets, they are a trader's paradise. Regardless of whether the data meets, beats or miss expectations, the outcome is going to be a license to print money, which traders will not want to miss out on. Citadel, which is one of the world's largest commodity trading firms, they have made more than $4 billion of profit from commodities, and we're only 3/4 of the way through the year. In fact, with everything that is currently unfolding on the global macro front, 2024, it is now officially on track to be the Gold and Silver Club's biggest and most profitable year in our 14-year history. Our clients have already made in excess of 6, 7, and 8-figure returns, and we're only in August. Put that another way, the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club, they've already made more money in the last 8 months than they made in the entire 12 months of last year. What we're seeing right now, it is nothing short of extraordinary. It's times like these, they create millionaires and billionaires out of regular people. Whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that's to create a full-time income, a second replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. Right now, you have an opportunity to make the second half of 2024 your biggest and best year yet, which based on our research, it is going to be another blockbuster period due to all the current macroeconomic events that are unfolding. Definitely do not underestimate what you can achieve in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months from now. Here at the Gold and Silver Club, we're consistently banking over 10,000 points profit per month, which we have been transparently documenting through our weekly videos. If you're trading at 1 lot, that's $100,000. If you're trading at 10 lots, that's $1 million. As you can see from our testimonials, the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club are utilizing our proprietary research-driven trading approach. They've already made more than 6, 7, and 8-figure returns, and we're only 8 months through the year. If you've been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest trading opportunities so far this year, and you still want to make 2024 your best ever, go to jointhegoldandsilverclub.com now to learn how our mentorship program can take your trading to the next level. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. So with that, let's move over to the charts here. We'll talk you through exactly what we're looking at as we head into a new week. So we absolutely must bring up WTI crude oil and palladium and platinum, all massive opportunities that we identified with you this time last week. So of course, on the Monday, when we were recording the session with you, we highlighted to you what a massive opportunity it was with oil breaking back down towards 71 US dollars per barrel, that we were loading up the truck here. We were building into multiple positions on this market. In fact, at the peak here, we managed to get into just under a dozen positions here on that sell-off from the Friday's non-farm payroll through to the crash that we saw across the markets on the Monday, which was nothing more than a huge buy opportunity. So if you look at the price action here, where we did come back down towards $71 per barrel, you can see here on Monday, we're just about to hit 78 US dollars per barrel here, which has been an absolutely immense move. Everything that we telegraphed to you last week. Now, it didn't matter whether you did that via WTI crude oil, or if you did it via Brent crude oil, or if you did it via gasoline, or if you did it via heating oil. They have all had huge surges in the last week. Now, not only that, palladium has provided an absolute windfall amount of profit. We were gifted in being able to get half a dozen positions here on this market, on the cascading sell-off that we saw on Monday, being extremely patient, waiting for this crash in price action back down towards the price swing lows, we were absolutely gifted with a move here, which broke down to $813 per ounce. We were able to get positions on at 820, 827, 828, 836, 849, and of course, the rest is history here. We have seen a slingshot V-shaped reversal back here, which has meant already on Monday, our lowest position here, it is up over 1,000 points. In fact, between that, palladium and oil, we've already banked over 5,000 points in the last week, and we just continue to scale out a profit on the breakout that we're seeing at the moment. Now, many of you have actually been in touch since last Monday's report. Again, feel free to just go back and watch that. Go through the analysis that we talked you through on what a huge opportunity it was, with palladium breaking down to the lowest level since 2018 and oil breaking back down towards 71 and 72 US dollars per barrel. What a fantastic opportunity it was to scoop up prices at a huge discount at the start of the week. And I'm so pleased that many of you have absolutely crushed it on these markets. You've made a windfall amount of profit. You've taken advantage of the huge opportunity being presented. You haven't been sidetracked by any of the doom and gloom out there in the markets. You've seen this at face value for what it was, which was a huge opportunity to stack and build positions as we were seeing speculators getting flushed out of the market. As you know, with oil, the majority, over 90%, went long when the price broke above $83 per barrel. They essentially got liquidated on this cascading sell-off to the downside, which was nothing more than exit liquidity for us to essentially reverse position from our sell shorts and then double down on longs here, building into just under a dozen positions on that sell-off. So again, huge opportunities here, and now literally we're just riding the profits. We're scaling out of the position. Like many of you have reached out across our various social media platforms. As you know, not only are we on YouTube, we're also on Instagram, we're also on Twitter, we are also on TikTok, we are also on Facebook. Just search for the Gold and Silver Club. Many of you have absolutely crushed it. So well done. Absolutely could not be happier with how well so many of you have been able to capitalize on this huge slingshot move higher that we've seen just in the matter of 1 week. Oil is already about to get towards $78 a barrel. Palladium has already recovered back above 900 US dollars per ounce. Now, as mentioned before, I'm keeping trophy trades on here with gold and silver. So we've got much lower positions as a core position on gold and silver. Doubled down here on palladium, selling off all the way down to 2018 lows with our clients at the Gold and Silver Club. And as discussed, we got into just under a dozen positions on oil in the last week. And we also added to platinum at 925 US dollars per ounce, which is already almost breaking $950 per ounce on Monday. So it's been massive, but we do remain long silver as well from lower prices. Our core position here under 23 US dollars per ounce. Very simply, if we do slingshot move here back towards a price swing high, so if gold breaks above all-time record highs and silver follows suit as well, yes, I'm looking to scale out of profits over the month of August into the month of September on both gold and silver, and just banking those trophy trades and riding the majority of that breakout, the rest of the move via our multiple positions as well on WTI crude oil, on palladium and platinum. And this comes back to the point. Whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that's to create a full-time income, a second replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. If you want to maximize your money-making potential and thrive, not just survive in these fast-moving markets, then you need to adapt your strategy to the current market conditions. Most importantly, utilize a professional, research-driven, and artificial intelligence-powered approach. One of the biggest obstacles that holds back 99% of retail traders from achieving their desired success, it's not having access to the correct professional strategies, institutional level data, and cutting-edge artificial intelligence insights to make confident decisions with accuracy and precision. There's a huge gap between the top 1% of professional traders and the bottom 99% of misguided retail traders who simply rely on technical analysis and outdated technical indicators that don't work in these markets. If you want to get yourself out of the bottom 99% and into the top 1% who are actually crushing it and making 6, 7, and 8-figure returns in these markets right now, then you need to utilize a professional, artificial intelligence-driven approach, or you will just end up wasting lots of time, money, and effort and you will have no results to show for all of your hard work. In these rapidly changing markets, you need to be constantly innovating and evolving. Technical analysis and outdated technical indicators, they won't work. Those days, they're long gone. If that's all you're relying on, the odds are already stacked up massively against you. If you want to change your results, then you have to change your thinking. If you want to learn our exclusive, data driven, and artificial intelligence powered approach that is never taught to retail traders and only reserved for professional traders in the banks, the hedge funds, with access to powerful game changing insights, including where the banks and hedge funds, where they're buying and selling in real time, alongside the key liquidity zones, so you can enter and exit the markets with pinpoint precision. Further compound that with the fundamentals, the macroeconomics, the capital flows, the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly real-time data-driven cycles and intermarket correlations. Then you need to join our mentorship program. Right now, we are in one of the greatest eras of wealth creation that we have seen. And if you want to successfully capitalize on these huge money making opportunities and build significant life changing wealth, there's no better time than now. If you want to upgrade your income, then you have to upgrade your skills. Never underestimate what you can achieve in the next 3, 6, or even 12 months from now with the right guidance and mentorship. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. If you want to join our community of successful traders and take your trading to the next level, there is an opportunity for you to do so. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private Members Academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below the report in the description. So just click on the link, make an application, and we will get in touch ASAP.